What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, guys. This is the amazing iPhone X, or the iPhone 10. Guys, we've been waiting a long time to review this for you, so we'll try and sum it up in a nutshell. What are the features, what are the downfalls, and is this phone still worth buying? In my humble opinion, guys, it represents amazing value for money. I know it's a couple of models down now, but it's come down to a very reasonable price. These you can pick up now for between £300 to maybe 350, depending on condition, and that still represents very good value for money, guys. So just a couple of facts for you guys. It's a very large display. As you can see, it's a 5.8 inch OLED display, the first Apple phone to have an OLED display. And the colors are absolutely amazing. The picture clarity is quite breathtaking, guys. It has True Tone enabled HDR support as well, so you've got high dynamic range, we've got an OLED screen, and it is absolutely a thing of beauty to watch. The bezels are nearly disappeared. It's very tiny bezels, as you can see around the edges, guys. The old iPhones, if you're used to the older ones, they used to have a thick frame around them. None of that is on this phone, so it's nearly bezel-less, and it gives you maximum screen capacity for having such thin bezels. The home button, as you can see, the classic iPhone home button is gone. So it's all swiping gestures. You have to swipe up. If you want your control center, you swipe down, you've got control center. Swipe back to get to your home screen, swipe left to right, and you can lock your screen. So it's all down to swiping gestures, which takes a bit of time to get used to, but once you've actually done it, it's actually not too bad. I did sort of find it a bit tricky at first, but once you've actually played around with it and you get used to the gestures, that tends to be quite fine. So again, swipe halfway to switch between multitasking windows if you've got more than one window open. So swipe halfway for multitasking, and swipe to lock your phone, swipe to unlock it as well, and go back to the home screen. Also, guys, this is the first Apple phone with Face ID. As you know, Apple made a big thing about it. I find it a bit more difficult than Touch ID. Touch ID, I found it quite easy. Just touch your finger and that's it, off you go. Face ID sometimes tends to be tricky, but once they've got a good image of your face scanned in, it is very secure, and it is quite sort of safe, and it's really hard to get through. I mean, you can't trick it with pictures from another phone, for instance, as you could have done in the olden days with some of the older Androids. So again, a very good safe. If you're safety conscious, that is a very good feature, but I find it slightly more tricky to use than Touch ID. Again, guys, two 12 megapixel cameras at the back, as you can see. So it's a clear 12 megapixel, which is sufficient. It's not the best. I know some of the Samsung Androids have got 64 megapixels on the S10s and the S20s, and even the S9 Plus is 16 megapixel. But then again, I do find the pictures are clear, they're sharp, they're not oversaturated in color, and the HDR, the dynamic range, is quite more than satisfying, quite adequate up to the range. Even with 212 megapixels, you get some amazing screenshots with this phone. Also, guys, the spec has been bumped up from the iPhone 8 Plus to an A11 Bionic chip with 3 gigabytes of RAM. There is absolutely no lag on this phone whatsoever, guys. It is very fast and switches between multitasking effortlessly. Again, the power of this phone is quite phenomenal. It's a glass back, as you can see. It's a glass sandwich, and also wireless charging is available, which is quite useful. First Apple phone to have wireless charging as well, I believe. Glass back with a stainless steel frame, extremely well built, guys. This won't break easily unless you're intent on breaking it. But as you can see, it is quite prone to sort of minor scratches if you're not careful with it. So be careful of. I'll just put on like a jelly cover, one of these guys, just to make sure that any keys or coins don't scratch the back of the phone. But then again, if you're careful with it, it should be fine. Again, no lag whatsoever. Multitasking is absolutely very easy to use, and there's a significant power increase, and I feel that I can do a lot more work, and it's a lot more sort of easy to use, a lot more. It feels like a much more powerful upgraded phone than the previous iPhones that I've been using. Also, guys, available in space gray and silver. There is no red available, unfortunately, as there was in the previous phones. I know it's come back in the iPhone 11 and the 12 but not on the 10. Only space gray and silver phones available. No headphone jack as you can see, but it does have stereo speakers which do actually, I'll give you an idea of what they sound like. They do actually sound quite awesome. Also, guys, being an OLED is slightly prone to screen burns, so if you are going to buy a used one, make sure it doesn't have any screen burns, images of apps showing in a white background, or for instance images of the keyboard showing. Those are signs of screen burn. Now, interesting guys, screen burn only occurs, I've read, if you use the backlight on full power, on full display. If you turn the brightness up right all the way up, you are more likely to get screen burn. If you just notch it down a little bit, the brightness, that will protect your phone from screen burn. So there's a useful tip for you as well. Also guys, the swipes do sort of take a bit of time to get used to. Once you've got your head around them, they're absolutely fine. There's IP67 water resistant stereo speakers, wireless charging, as you'd expect. No micro SD card slot on the iPhones, but you do get cloud storage, which is more than sufficient. And 4K video. Now this is, guys, for me, this is the icing on the cake. This phone has 4K video and records at 60 frames per second, which is among the best in its class. So 4K video, 60 frames per second, and the video is absolutely stunning. Pleasant colors, they're not overly saturated, as you can see. Some Samsungs do tend to oversaturate them, but I think this is just right. And again, great pictures, portrait mode, you've got great lighting, and whichever way you want to use it, guys, it's absolutely quite effortless to use. I'll just play a quick trailer for you if I can, just to give you an idea of its sort of sound and picture quality. If I get a chance. Right, let's see if we can type something in for you guys. Again, I find it absolutely amazing to use, very easy, there is no lag whatsoever. Right, let's just give you an idea of its sound and picture. Right, let's just one more for you. Wow.
You stumbled upon an opportunity.
The stereo speakers are absolutely amazing, guys. The sound clarity is superb. Picture quality, as you can see, is 4K video, and you can tell straight away.
Who summons me? I stand by my oath, loyalty to wishes 3. I'm kidding. Watch this. Watch out! You done wound me up. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Hey, can you make me a prince?
There is a lot of gray area in make me a prince. I could just make you a prince.
Oh, no.
Y'all see my palace? You look like a prince on the outside, but I didn't change anything.
One slight disadvantage, guys, as you can see in some of the videos, the notch does actually cut in onto the lighter background, so you won't be able to use the full screen. But then again, if you can get used to, I mean, I'm fairly fine with it. If you can get used to the notch cutting into some of your apps or some of your videos, it doesn't really affect it at all. The sound, as you can see, is superb. Picture quality is beautiful. It's 4K, just having a TV in your hand. It is it's an OLED screen, so it's obviously a lot better than the previous models, and I think it's taken the Apple's game to a whole new level, and it's absolutely an amazing phone to watch. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this review. Just to sum it up quickly for you, again, the swiping does actually take a bit of time to get used to, and again, it's a great phone to hold in your hand. It feels premium quality. The glass is very smooth at the back. I'd definitely replace this with the skin, guys. It's very slippery. The glass is very premium quality. The camera lenses are amazing. Metal frame, again, feels chamfered metal. It feels like a quality product in your hand, and obviously the performance is just as good. as you'd expect to be from an iPhone. Anyway, guys, sum it up. Great value for this phone. £350 gets you an iPhone 10 with 64 GB onboard storage. IP67 water resistance, stereo speakers, wireless charging, 4K video at 64 frames per second, and space grey and silver colors to choose from. A great phone at a great value. One of Apple's premium and best phones to date, I would say. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please be kind enough to hit the like button. Please be kind enough to hit the subscribe button. We totally rely on your small channel, guys. We totally rely on your generous support to keep going, and we are completely indebted and very grateful for every single person that's watched our videos. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed these videos, and we'll catch you in the next one.